My name is George. I'm the grade 11 contemporary art program at ESA. Oh yeah. My art and actions categorize themselves. There is short-term happiness and long-term benefit. I gain short-term happiness when illustrating. The immediate feeling of satisfaction and praise is something I adore and need. They reflect my strong emotions and provide the space to process relationships, to actions and states. Oh, wait, sorry. Really nervous. The illustrations you see are from a series called My Public Privates. They are graphite drawings of vulnerable underwear waiting for attention. They become my protective soft walls. It is what I have created for myself to live behind. Because the terror of connecting is so great, all of it became exaggerated. Their ability to be so easily destroyed reflected how I viewed my relationships, how I created them. Yeah, so these are just some fun drawings. So love and loathing exist also within my short-term happiness. It's how I explain where the aggression and frustration comes from. It's the pattern I most often follow. I get rid of unhelpful sentiments I keep towards myself so I can make differences in other aspects of my art and life. By releasing them in these phases, my dedication to thousands of lines and the process to release guilt from myself. So, writing is what I use for long-term benefit. It's the medium I use to describe the human experience. My barriers and loathe cycles didn't seem to affect my writing. It's how I share. Sharing being equal parts learned and given. Writing is very important to me. Growing up, my dad and I would write short stories together. It was how we spoke, showed our love and growth. My dad said that he always loved writing, said that he wished he did something with it, so he gave me his gift of creation to me. Whereas my mom made sure I was physically and mentally capable of doing so. Together, we created the bed in which I would lie in. So now my writing is most often short pieces that make me feel whole and loved. I was no longer being confronted, but sharing in my life. Yeah, so I kind of skipped too fast, so I'm gonna go back. The piece behind me is about moments occurring and viewing them in a future lens while they happen. A personal moment protecting it from yourself and not thinking about it too much so it doesn't distort. It's like the idea of thinking of a memory, which becomes a memory of a memory, and then it continues like that. It's kind of what I'm most afraid of, except for the dark. So this is where I'm going to turn now. The next few lines follow the same process of creation, but instead the idea pertains to the ideal between heaven, earth, and the connection to one another. This is something I'm kind of more interested in for a future story. And yeah, this as well. Finally, the last fully complete piece I've done is neither illustration or writing. It is instead a film of a deliberate action. I use breathing as a medium and metaphor for the action of connection. I most often feel panic in connecting. The challenge was to maintain steady breathing and vulnerability without speaking, to not build up walls, make excuses, stay one-to-one. The reason I chose this task was because I never really felt like I've actually connected with someone. My language and behavior always left me wanting more. I was never really satisfied with myself or the people that surrounded me. I felt incredibly selfish. I don't really feel that anymore because I've worked to get better, and that makes the world's difference. The original footage is approximately 10 minutes. The video is sped up in order to be more digestible and show the internal, externally expressed feeling of vulnerability. Not only did I connect with the person I made this with, the recorder, I created a shared vulnerable moment that was given and shown. Through breathing, I now have found love within myself and my surroundings. Now, after a year of work, I feel like I've broken my cycles that left me unsatisfied and distressed. I have chosen to start again. This in turn changed my art process, and I look forward to understanding what I choose to create next. Thank you, and I love you.